Hey everybody, this is chloethedev here. Hope you're having a great day. Oh look, it actually started late this time. Hey everybody, it's chloethedev here. Going live this morning. I was supposed to go live last night. I was so tired. Um, I set up my Geth node. It's currently running Goerli testnet. Um, I know for the Consensys course, they want me using a private network, a private chain, and all this other stuff. Personally, I'm not gonna probably run a private chain unless they make me. I don't really see the point. I'd rather run on the testnet. It's more realistic. And the Goerli testnet also has ETH2 stuff. So if I can run the Goerli testnet as a fast sync at home for Geth, so that's what I have running now. It's kind of hard to show, but I have, yeah. So there's my Geth node. I guess it's still syncing. So once that's synced, I'll be able to just have all the state there. And I'm not doing a full sync of Geth at the moment because I have the main chain synced, and I'm just gonna go back and forth between the two. I also have access to the archive node, like I said, for the Web3 bridge program. And so when I actually develop, I'm gonna use the archive node, and I'm only gonna use the Goerli to mine with. I have about 80 or 40, no, maybe 80 Goerli test F, but obviously if I can mine it and give it to people, that would be great. So I'm going to sync the chain, mine the chain, and develop on the archive node. I would like to eventually. So for the course, I know someone was asking like, why do I want to like create a platform for artists? And I guess it's a very good question. Honestly, for no reason. I mean, for reasons, of course, but no reason for myself. No specific reason for myself. My girlfriend's an artist. I'm the board member of Nifty Pride Foundation, which is a online digital arts, I guess, community that I guess helps digital artists create art, just love each other, support each other, create art on the blockchain. So if you're a digital artist, feel free to join up with Nifty Pride. We got a $2,000 a month whale grant. So we receive a certain amount of whale each month. And I guess it's more than $2,000 a month now. We get a certain amount of whale each month, which we distribute for, I guess, whatever we want, as long as it goes towards digital art, I guess, curation. So we have some art galleries and stuff in CryptoVoxels, Decentraland, Sandbox, and all these other metaverses. But my portion of the grant that I'm in charge of giving out, I am using for educational, I guess, materials to be created, teaching people how to use CryptoVoxels, teaching people how to create digital art, teaching people how to create NFTs. And so I thought, why not, if I have to build a project for this course, I have nothing I want to build. When it comes to me and building front-end type stuff, I really couldn't care less. So I decided that to keep me motivated, I should go for something that's straight front-end focused. Like most websites, in my opinion, don't need a front-end. Or they don't need to be so robust, and they make computers so much slower than they need to be. If you think about it, you have a phone that's 5 years old. It's so slow now. A lot of times it's only slow because not the phone hasn't gotten slower. The websites have more to load. So your old phone can't load as much of the data, as much of the websites as quickly as before. But if those websites didn't have all the new colors and new graphics, your phone would be just good. You wouldn't have to buy new phones all the time. So to me, it's a bit silly to always have to buy new phones and new things. Nika's going crazy right now. Hey, Meeksies. Yeah? You want to go? Okay, so I'm gonna have to take her out soon. So I'm gonna head out. Bianca's probably gonna wake up from all the barking soon too. We're not supposed to be barking in here, but I mean whatever. You probably wouldn't kick out or anything. They like us here. Yeah, I did want to go through the course a little bit. What I've been working on. I went through chapters. So I finished chapter 3 and chapter 4 yesterday. I started chapter 5, which is just going. So chapter 4 was Ethereum basics. It was just going through I don't know. It was a traditional chapter 3 with Ethereum basics. Again, it was very basic. Just what are Merkle trees? What are smart contracts? Chapter 4 went through. It was called traditional and decentralized application development. So basically, it was talking about how do you build a dApp. You download Geth. You want to use Parity. Parity doesn't exist anymore. Pretty much, don't use Parity. Use Geth. Geth starts off with a fast sync. For most of you with your computers, fast sync will be good enough. For me, I think a fast sync took about 2 days. And right now it's like what, 2020 September. So 2 days on the fast sync, and my computer's old. Like my computer is a computer I bought in 2017 to stake Odin, ODN. If you've heard of ODN, it was like a privacy-centric token that was supposed to encrypted messaging. So pretty much I'm into status now on that kind of thing. But Odin, ODN was what I bought this for, to stake, to get into staking a while ago. And now it's still my staking computer. It's meant for like computers like staking and node running. It was a long time ago. And I literally walked into Best Buy and said, give me the cheapest computer you have is to turn on and run Windows. And they gave me like a $200 thing. I went to Canada Computers and I got a new hard drive, a 1 terabyte SSD, plugged it in very easily. I downloaded Ubuntu server on it, like a 20 dot something, version 20 dot something. Works like a charm, works great. I had no problems running Geth. I had no problems running ETH2 node. I ran Waku node, status node, Golem node. I ran a bunch of nodes and they all worked well. Right now I'm running a Waku node, but it's having issues running Waku and Geth at the same time. They both use the same open port, I think 3033. So I gotta figure out how to change the Waku port so that my Geth, because I think all Ethereum stuff uses the same port, 3033, 30, and then a 3 at the end, I think. So I'm gonna try and change the port on a Waku node. There's an easy way to change the port, but I don't know. Yeah, if you can hear Mika is really moody the past couple days, and Bianca and her have their little back and forths. So it went through like how to install Geth, one of the different flags to use, like you want a quick sync, fast, full sync, archive nodes, whatever you want. How do you connect to that testnet from your Geth client instead of use Infura? Again, Infura is not my favorite, but I can't really afford to run nodes on my home computer all the time. So going through the archive node, I'm doing it for practice for myself, but also for the students. Realistically, the students that I'm instructing, mentoring, couldn't afford to run a node either. It's not really realistic for a lot of people in the world to run nodes. So my plan was to run a node myself and then give my students access to the node. But obviously, it makes more sense for me to use this computer as more of a research computer and then give my students access to the archive node. So yeah. And then we had a test. It was pretty easy. It just recapped. I mean, easy as in like it went over what was in the course material. I mean, obviously, if you didn't know the material, it would be hard to do. But if you went through the material, it's pretty self-explanatory. Chapter 5, I started on last night pretty late, around 9 p.m. I meant to go about later last night, but again, I've been so busy, so tired. My goal is to finish. I'm on chapter 5 right now. There was an issue with the video introducing MetaMask. It's only a 1-minute video, and it wasn't working, so I'm just going to skip it. There's an interview with Dan Finlay from MetaMask. That's my next video. I've already watched many interviews with Dan, but even if the course content here is stuff I've gone through many times, I still like going through it. First of all, it's a paid course, I guess. Well, I didn't pay for it. I got a scholarship through Web3 Bridge, but still, I mean, I wanted to do this course last year on a scholarship. I couldn't afford it. So I'm just grateful to be able to take the course, and I want to just go through all the content I can. Even if it's a refresher, I think it would be a great way for me to make sure I know the information. So like going through Merkle trees and how to hash functions and how to create Merkle trees. A lot of the course material, I think that's been really beneficial here. I'll say this again: Eat the Blocks on YouTube is still the best Solidity DApp course material I've gone through. So I mean, I'm going through Consensys Academy right now, and I no shade, no hate towards it. I'm on chapter 5 right now, and so far, nothing here has been on what you couldn't get for free on YouTube on Eat the Blocks. There's a few specific pages that have been very helpful for me to really work through the details, which I think are very, very fun, very good in this course. Is it worth going, paying the exorbitant amount of money for the course? I don't know. That's up to whoever. Maybe your workplace is paying for the course. Maybe you have the money to pay for it. If you don't have the money to pay for a course like this, I'll try my best to go through a lot more of the details over time. Right now, I'm kind of just trying to go through it and build. But yeah, I guess what I was saying is starving artists, why to help them is because I have a hard time building anything that has a front end. And so if I go for something that has you need a front end to buy art. If you don't see the art, you can't buy it. So by focusing on a dApp that needs a front end, I'm hoping to stay motivated, stay finished, and then it's for my girlfriend too. So if I finish when I finish the dApp, it'll be a gift that I show her, like, hey, look, you can make your art for free now. Aside from that, I guess my goal is to finish chapters 5 to 9 today. No, 5 to 8, 5, 6, yeah, 5 to 8 today. And then tomorrow we'll do chapters 9, 10, 11. It ends on chapter 11. I want to spend the weekend at least looking through mint-based contracts. I probably won't do much building this weekend. I'll probably take the weekend off. I don't know if you guys saw the board we had of all we need to get done over the next couple weeks, but it's starting to get a little bit cleared off. Bianca's doing a great job on her side of the board. I've been getting stuff knocked off the board too. It's been a really great week. A lot of things have been going on, but on that side of things, I want to take a weekend off maybe. And when I say off, I mean like not working on this stuff. I have to do other research. I have to do more of a J stuff. I miss doing my personal research on Ethereum 2 stuff. So I'd say my personal research focus on Ethereum 2 stuff. I want to be an Ethereum 2 dev. I want to submit an EIP that gets approved onto mainnet for on the miners choose a change. Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of pushing towards. This is all just, learning more Solidity, learning more, JavaScript, just so that I can do tests for different clients and stuff like that. Maybe to make a client, a web-based client, or a dashboard to look at what your ETH2 staking information, or more stuff like that is my information. So in those chapters, I'm going to go soon. It's been 11 minutes and Mika has to go out. In those chapters, it'll be going through development, frameworks, and environment. So I'll be setting up my truffle environment and all that kind of stuff. Solidity fundamentals. So it'll just go teach me Solidity, which I haven't really done much Solidity in 0.6, but I started learning Solidity in 0.3, 0.4. So I guess that's how I can explain to you when I started learning development. I started learning development in Solidity, late Solidity 0.3. Was really getting into it in Solidity 0.4. 0.5, so I got Solidity 0.4. 0.5, I was really getting into Solidity, like coding all the time. And Solidity 0.6, by that point, I was like maybe March, I guess, this year when they were releasing that, March, April, maybe, I can't really remember. But I pretty much stopped coding around 0.6, so I need to get back into that. But really good into that. Then it goes like accessibility, Ethereum and the end user. It goes into like smart contracts, pitfalls, test falls, and debugging, which is where I don't really like debugging, but I do like smart contract security, smart contract risk. So I'm excited for that module. There's 16 modules in that chapter, so I'm excited for that chapter. And that's chapter 9, so I'll be done that today. That's pretty easy stuff so far. I'm sure they're going to have some like coding exercises and challenges within that. Yeah. And then over the weekend, on tomorrow, I want to go through smart contracts, pitfalls, testing and debugging. Chapter 10, advanced topics, which again, I'm assuming will be the same as advanced topics that Julian Eat the Blocks does. And then chapter 11, additional topics, which I know I went through some of them already. So they're choosing to do LLL, which is like low level something, Lisp, I think. It's another language you can use aside from Python, and Solidity is the main language you'd use. Viper is similar to Python, more easier to read, less chance to make mistakes, and better for security. Then you have LLL, which is I don't know, another language. I'm not even sure if it's in production anymore. I don't know anyone who uses it. So talking about LLL, talking about Viper, and then talking about writing contracts in Viper, which I'm very excited about because I want to learn about that. And then it's talking about EIPs, which I'm actually a member, or I'm in the EIP group. It's a group that meets every 2 weeks on Wednesdays to discuss Ethereum improvement proposals. So we discuss how to improve Ethereum improvement proposals, EIPs, which are just like in BIPs, Bitcoin improvement proposals, which are just like PIPs, PIPs. Which they all came from that, which is Python improvement proposals, which I actually learned from the course. I didn't know that before. I knew that EIPs, BIPs, and PIPs existed. I didn't know they all came from Python. But yeah, that's pretty much the course so far. I'm, again, hoping to go live again later on today, talking about chapters 5 to 8. They seem pretty straightforward, so I'm excited for that. Then you get your certification, which I guess I'll get on Friday. And then for the final project, that's when you hand it in. So the final project, again, I'm just going to fork mintbase, take out all the unnecessary code. Probably try and use something basic like IPFS to hold the bytecode. I know one company I worked with to get an NFT made. I purchased the NFT and the data was wrong, and they were able to change the data of the NFT, and so I, as a user, didn't have to display anything different. Which, I mean, I know IPFS. I think you can do that because it's not really it's decentralized, but there's no finality. So you can like have a link to contract data, and you can just change the link if you're the contract owner. So that might be a way to kind of like change the artwork that's being used for the Marma J Foundation without actually having to remint something. So mint a cost of art, but don't really mint the actual art. Just say, okay, you know what? Point to this IPFS address to show what the art would look like, and then at the maybe have the ability to change the artwork. What's the word? Maybe during that time period, anybody can mint that art, and maybe the function to mint that art piece cannot be used after the time period when the block time. So let's say the block time was. So my thing is a year. My goal is to mint on mainnet New Year's, and the contract time would end the next New Year's. So the idea would be maybe that you see a IPFS address showing what the art looks like on day one. You have a choice to buy it or not, and you can buy it throughout the whole year. Throughout the whole year, you can just mint that art on layer one, pay the fees for minting on layer one, but you don't need to. At the end of that year, you can no longer mint that art on layer one, at least not that specific piece of art. And then the IPFS data would actually disappear and revert. So if you didn't mint during that time period, you lose your chance to mint that art. And the idea would be that before you lose your chance to mint, you would get so say there was 100 pieces minted over that year. If you would own one piece of art, you'd get 1% of all the proceeds that were locked up in the smart contract, like NFT. If you own 2 pieces of art, you get 2%. If you own 5 pieces of art, you get 5%. Kind of a very straightforward kind of process. And the art would go get more expensive after each purchase. And the idea behind that would be, so let's say there was $30 as your 1%. I guess what you were owed, I suppose, from the contract. I want to do it Gitcoin style, where we would automatically pay that out to whatever address was holding that NFT. And then I guess we'd keep minting open for a while, and maybe we'd mint it for free for everyone, depending on how much was made. So, for example, what we could do is say for in that week after the year. So, let's say it started on New Year's, went for a certain amount of block time, and then for a certain amount of block, so that was when the thing ended. And then for 2 weeks of block time afterwards, we paid out everyone in that first week, and then we gave everyone art as well. If there was enough money in there. Minting's expensive. I know Gitcoin moved to layer 2 this week. I have not looked into details of how they went to layer 2 or the details of it. I'm too busy. But I'm sure I'll learn about that as the Gitcoin grant round 7 comes up. So marmaj.org, Marma J Foundation, marmaj.eth. Gitcoin grant round 7 is September 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern. We will be having an event at the Marma J Gallery. If you want to get there, it's marmaj.cryptovoxels.net. That'll bring you to the gallery. You can join the Nifty Pride Discord. We'll be having all the stuff there. We've finally gotten we'll release a program for the event, but the event is just going to be 12 p.m. Intro for me. We have 3 short videos to play from a gender performer in Toronto. Short outro, and I'll do short intros and outros of each video. I'm going to do a short outro of the videos and thank you all for coming, and that's it. So the event should be over by 12:30. There might be other post events, kind of if you want to stick around with other galleries, feel free at 12:30 to 1 kind of thing. But from 12 noon to 12:30 Eastern on September 14th, the Marma J Foundation will be having their kickoff opening relaunch event in CryptoVoxels at our gallery. From 12 to 12:30. So please be there. Please stop by. You can stop by now and see what's going on. But I just want to see a lot of people there for no other reason than to just tell them that we're relaunched and we're here to spread love and positivity globally. And that's it. That's all we're doing. So 20 minutes. This video has gone on way too long. I'll be on again later to kind of keep me accountable. That's why I'm doing this specifically. One of the main reasons to keep me accountable. If I say I'm going to do 4 chapters today or chapter 8, I want to do it. And if I don't, then I'll try tomorrow morning. And if I don't tomorrow morning, I'll try tomorrow night. But either way, every day I'm just trying my best. And hope you know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Chloe the Dev out. We're trying to end this stream, because